welcome back to my channel. I did not do a week 2 update following my surgery. I think I'm going to do them every other week because there's really not all that much going on, but I will show you what is newest in my life right now. Sweet girl. So this is what I have been up to lately. We adopted the ever beautiful Luna here from the SPCA last week. I decided that I wanted a walking buddy. I've been doing a lot of walking in my recovery and I get bored walking around like the block, so I've been doing some trail walking. And I was at our local conservation area and I found myself like right at the property line, so there's nobody around except some jackass who's dressed up like a wizard. I refuse to be murdered in the middle of the woods by a wizard. I am not doing it. There was some sort of cosplay thing going on. They were staging some sort of battle. I don't know. I truly don't know. But I refuse to be murdered in the woods by a wizard. And while little Miss Luna here doesn't exactly give off I'll kill you vibes, she is a 45-pound dog who's very bonded to me. So I'm hoping she'd at least let people or make people think. So she is the sweetest girl. Sweetest girl. She has some separation anxiety issues. Do you want down, sweetheart? You okay? She has some separation anxiety, so I've been working on that with her as well. And she's so soft. She's so sweet. You're such a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You are such a good girl. Would you like down? She's a hound mix. She's about 2 years old. They think at the shelter that she was abandoned by her original family or that somehow she got out. She was found running in the woods and it took 2 days to get her. The first day the animal officer went out, she was so far into the bush and the mud that they couldn't safely get her. Oh, you guys, stinky doggy breath. And the second day, they just sat in the truck until she came to them. And on that second day, she had a mouthful of quills here. So by the second day, she had been quilled by a porcupine, so she had them all in her face. And it was honestly that picture that kind of sucked me in to her at the shelter, because even in that picture, she looked happy. And so they took the quills all out. There are still some that are coming to the surface, so we have pulled a couple more out from her. They spayed her, they microchipped her, the whole shebang. You'll see the lights go because she likes to lie behind me now. And then she was adopted out. And then about a week later, that couple brought her back to the shelter because she's destructive as a result of her separation anxiety. So lucky for us, she'd only been back at the shelter about a day before I saw her pictures. I wrote off to them and said, you know, here's our deal, here's what we're hoping for, looking for. And based on those emails, I decided to make the hour-long trip out to Orangeville, and I picked her up because she's so lovely. Honestly, she's just fit into our family so perfectly, and I'm really hoping that in enough time, she's going to realize that she can trust us, that we're never going to make her go back to a shelter, and that she's found a forever home with us. But in the meantime, I am doing incremental work with her to try to get her accustomed to being mainly away from me. It seems to be that she's really bonded with me, which kind of makes sense because I'm home all day with her right now, but I go back to work next week. She is going to be an office dog. She's going to come with us and just travel back and forth, but there will be times where I'm in court or something like that, so she's going to have to spread the love, bond with Barry. She's close with him, but it's me. Like if I get up and go out of the room, she like whines and gets upset. So it's a work in progress, but she's absolutely lovely. So that's what's new in my world. But what I also want to share are some rapid reviews. I have amassed new makeup products and I just have not had the time, the energy, or the strength to sit down and film dedicated reviews. I have a ton, I'm looking over here because they're all piled up, I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes that deserve to be shared with you, and I genuinely don't know if I'm going to get around to it. By the time I do, they're probably going to be old news, but we'll see. I'm slowly picking away at it. But there are some other items that I have picked up over the last like 2 months that don't necessarily deserve like a full video, but I do still want to share my thoughts on them. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm going to try to keep it as sweet and short as possible, but I've been talking for like 8 minutes about my dog now, so not off to a great start. Okay, let's just dive straight into it. I've got a little bit of a mixed bag here between lip products, cheek products, and etc. So I'm just going to grab and start discussing in no particular order. So first up are a couple of blushes from Lime Crime. These are their software blushes. So I have the shade Flash Drive and Hot Spot. Flash Drive is it's a little bit of a shimmery finish, but a very light pink. And then Hot Spot is bright ass red. There it is. Now, I don't like either of these, unfortunately. I just don't like the formula of them. The color, I actually like this color if you do it really sheer. It's just something very different. Not wild on this color, but as like a blush topper, it adds just a very subtle sheen, so it's workable. I'm not crazy on the formula though, like I'm really not. It's not creamy enough to be a cream blush. It's not powdery enough to be a powder blush. It's like some weird hybrid in between, and then like you kind of have to dig around at it, and then spreading it out is just like, you really have to work on it, and it's just all together like that's just, it's too much effort for me. I do have other cream blushes where you can dot it on with a brush and then blend it out very easily with a brush. This, it doesn't pick up with a brush. So even like that bright red one, you still have to use your finger, and then it's just a lot of work to shear it out and get it nicely blended. Because even now I can see on my hand like it's darker up here than it is. So you're really working at it, and it's just an awful lot of like tugging on my face that I don't really want to do. So these are two that I just not in love with. A product that I'm kind of on the fence about is from Winky Lux, and this is the Whipped Cream Primer. And it's kind of a cool little concept, like it's an interesting texture, and it does blend out really nicely. It does help to smooth things out, and my foundation does apply nicely on top of it. My problem is it's so silicone-y, like so dimethicone, that is that a word? I just don't like the feel of it, but it is rather blurring. I have it over here. When I use the Smashbox blurring one, I can just use that alone and then just put a little bit of blush on and out the door I go. I don't have to put foundation on it. This one, you have to put foundation on it because, or at least I do. If I just try to wear it on its own, it just feels greasy all day. So there's just this like slip to my skin all day that feels greasy and oily, and I really don't like that. So it's good, but only if you intend to wear it under foundation. It's not good as a standalone product. Okay, I've got two highlighters to talk about. One of them is from Benefit, and it is the Cookie Highlighter. Okay, I don't like this packaging. Like I don't like that at all. It doesn't fit in my acrylic organizer that I have. It's just too bulky, and I knew that going into it, but like Benefit, can we just like update the packaging a little bit, please? Like there's no need for this. However, well, and also like, look at how much space between the box and the, like that's just, it's so unnecessary. And I think I threw the brush out that comes with it. Yes, I did. It comes with like a little wee brush, which is just completely useless. So like this could be that big and it would be so much better. Anyways, the highlighter itself is stinking beautiful. It is so, so beautiful. It's a very light shade. I am an NC20, so I have fairly light skin to begin with. To give a little bit of context to this, I have Pearl from Becca, and I also have Moonstone. So I'll swatch those beside there just so you can see. Pearl is very much a white-based highlighter, and Moonstone is a little bit more on the champagne side. And this one is sort of, so there's Pearl and there's Moonstone. This one is sort of along the same lines as Moonstone, although it has like maybe just a hint more pink to it as opposed to gold. But there you can see sort of the depth of the tone of it. At any rate, it is a beautiful highlighter. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad that I picked it up, even though the packaging makes me want to stab myself in the eye. Another really nice highlighter is from CoverGirl, and this is their True Blend Super Stunner Hyper Glow highlighter in, is their shade Pearl Crush. And again, it's same kind of idea, like a champagne kind of highlighter. And again, it's really nicely milled. It lasts a good amount of time on the skin. It's not quite as blinding as Cookie, but there is some very strong metallicness to it. Again, I'm just making up words at this point. Metallicness, really. It is beautiful. It reminds me very much of Moonstone. The one from CoverGirl is here, and then this is Moonstone from Becca. So the CoverGirl is just a hint darker, but very, very similar. So it's a good option if you're looking for Moonstone but don't want to drop that much money on it. I think it's a really beautiful highlighter. Again, not quite as blinding as Cookie. So if you like a more subtle highlighter, that might be an option for you, but it's a good one from the drugstore. There's no glitter in it. It's not chunky at all. I'm really happy with it. Lips or eyes next? Let's do lips. So these have been around for a while, but I've only just jumped on the bandwagon, and they are the liquid lipsticks from Melt Cosmetics. I really like this formula. I think they're really comfortable on the lips. They're not drying. They are very long lasting, but without getting like crumbly and gross about it. They're really nice to wear. So I'm just going to do quick swatches and I'll show you the shades that I have. They smell a little bit fruity, which I kind of like. It's not too strong. They have a nice, like slightly curved doe foot applicator. And then along the side, you can see the actual shade as well as in the branding as well, which I like because when I have things that all look the same, I get frustrated trying to figure out which one is which. Okay, so let's see the colors here. So the top one is Death Cherry, followed by Taupe, and then Ginger on the bottom. If you watched this week's new release video, this is the lipstick that I was wearing, Ginger. I thought it was going to be a little bit more burnt orange. It's a bit more brown than I expected, but I actually really like it, especially for this time of year. The forest green I have not yet busted out, but look for it in an upcoming video because it's kind of fun and different and something new to play with. Okay, moving on to the next. I picked up 2 of the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipsticks. They're phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal. The only problem I have with it, the packaging, it looks like a USB charger. We've got 2 of those like little portable USB chargers and they both look like this. So every time I see one, I'm like, why the hell is my lipstick up here? It's not, it's a charger. Anyways, they're metallic cases. They are magnetic, which is quite nice. And then it's just a traditional bullet lipstick. They are very creamy, very smooth, and incredibly comfortable on the lips. And I really want to get more. They're about 32 Canadian each, so kind of have to be selective and pick and choose which ones I want. But the naming of them, like they have letters and then an actual name. So 21P Sava is the pinkish one here, and then 15NB beside it is Claudia. So they have pink, they have neutral, beige, and then they have beige undertones, I think is the numbering. So NB, B, and P. So if you know your skin undertones, like the P's are going to work with neutral or warm undertones, the B's are going to work with cooler undertones or neutral, and then the NB's are going to work with anybody. So that helps, especially if you're shopping online. It helps you to sort of focus where the most flattering options might be for you. But they are simply beautiful. Nicely pigmented. They stay in place, they don't feather, they don't get like sticky and gummy on the lips. They're just absolutely beautiful. Not super long wearing. I don't expect them to be as a bullet lipstick, but they do have good lasting power. You know, I'd say about like 2-3 hours there. They're not going to survive a meal or anything like that, but again, I don't expect them to. They're just solid lipsticks. I really like them. Likewise, Charlotte Tilbury. I could not buy something with such beautiful packaging. Like, I just got completely sucked into the packaging. It is stunning. I'm in love. This is JK Magic, and it's another beautiful nude. A little bit more peachy, but again, a nice creamy finish and very comfortable on the lips as well. Before I finish up with 2 eye products, I'm going to talk quickly about a brush. It's very dirty, just ignore that. This is one of the Sephora Pro brushes. This is the number 88, the slanted buffing brush. I got it during their current promo where if you buy a foundation, you can get a brush for 50% off. So I think I paid like $24 for this. It's just a really nice brush. Like, it is great for applying foundation. I can even like buff out my concealer because it fits nicely because of the slant. It's nice and dense, but not so dense that it doesn't blend things out. It's not sharp or stabby at all. Like when I do like patting motions, it's not aggressive or irritating in any way. It's just a really, really nice brush. Every one of the Sephora Pro brushes that I have tried, I have enjoyed, so this is no exception. All right, down to the last 2 things. I have 2 different eye products to talk about. So I have 2 from Touch in Sol. These are their sparkling foiled pigments. So I picked up 2 of them. This one is Hollow Mulberry, and this one is Sun Aurora. And I think they're just so incredibly beautiful. I would recommend, if you pick these up, to wear them over a glitter glue or at least a sticky base, just because it'll help with the longevity of them. If you don't, they will fade. They don't necessarily crease, but they will fade and sort of disappear over the course of the day. And I would caution that they are a little bit crumbly, so I find that just using my finger is the best option with this, just to avoid any fallout. But they are just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. They have a nice little shift to them, more on the subtle side than, say, like my beloved Clionadh singles that I have. But this, like, I would have no hesitation in wearing that bottom one to work because it is a little bit more subtle but still eye-catching. This one I might wear it to work. I'd probably wear it to the office. I don't think I'd wear it to court, we'll put it that way. But they're both just beautiful options. The last thing that I have to talk about is from Tarte, and this is one of their little mini trio shadow palettes, and it is their foil finger paints in the shade Luna. And in there, like I said, there's just 3 colors to choose from, but what sucked me in the most were these 2 over here. So the blue is like a glittery kind of shade, so I have a little bit more difficulty with that. I would, again, strongly suggest with that one that you wear an actual glitter glue just to really help lock it into place. But the other 2 are like straight up foiled metallics. If you are looking for a good silver shadow, this is the palette for it, because like it is knock your socks off beautiful. Like, I bought it pretty much for that silver, to be honest. Although I really like wearing this bronzy shade just on its own as well. Again, it's got like a little bit of, it's a metallic finish, so it catches the eye, but it's not obnoxious about it. So it's a nice like one and done kind of shade, but that silver just like blew me away. It is like liquid silver. It's gorgeous. It's the absolute most perfect silver shadow I have ever seen. So geeking out over silver, but it's not chunky, it's not glittery, it's smooth as anything. I don't have any problems with the lasting power of the 2 metallics. Like I said, with the glitter, use a glitter base, but again, if you're looking for silver, this is the one to go for because it's incredible. All right, and there we have it. Rapid reviews, 10 items in hopefully less than 20 minutes. I'm not very succinct with my words, I apologize. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now. Don't know what that was. Oh well, bye-bye.